Cornucopias is a cutting-edge open-world MMO set in a world where humanity has ascended from the Earth's surface and created a breathtaking new world in the sky. This fantastical realm is a system of floating islands carved from the land we once called home, now encased in radically advanced dome-shaped structures suspended high above the clouds. Each one is a futuristic marvel with its own unique environment, identity, and thriving communities. It is within these domes the epic journey begins. Here, players take control of their own personal avatar, which gives them the freedom to choose their destiny. Be immersed in vast landscapes, explore vibrant settlements, and engage in a myriad of activities such as crafting, commerce, combat, racing, and more. Welcome to a world where the sky is no longer the limit.
Hey everybody, welcome to Copi Cafe. This is episode 96, and you've got Rob Gregg here and Josh Jones to tell you a little bit of what we've been working on this last week and how things are going with the building of Cornucopias. So, Rob, topics ahead. Land, we're going to talk about a little bit about land and what's going on with that, what all is entailed with that, the ISPO, nodes, Rare Evo, and then we have a very special guest joining us that you have not met before. So that's all to come. And Rob, what are you drinking?
So today I am going to be drinking. People seem to be guessing my choices easier and easier every week. I'm going for apple juice.
They're guessing your choices?
Yeah, because I think it's because it's obscure. One day I'll just drink Guinness and nobody will be expecting it.
Because yours is the most obscure. Yours is more rare.
Yeah, I keep changing it to troll people.
Yeah, yours is more random than mine. I kind of stick. I'm not like going shopping for new bevs every week. Cheers.
It says Carlsberg, but it is just apple juice. I do have a question for you though.
Well, I have a feeling quite a few. I was wondering if that was going to make it into the episode. Well done, sir. Well, to answer your question, I have a Spindrift grapefruit. Oh. I'm pretty sure somebody guessed that. Who knows? This is so good, though. So good.
Says it's apple juice, very refreshing. It actually tastes like pear.
Tastes like what?
Like a pear.
Like a pear. Apple juice that tastes like a pear. Okay.
Oh no, maybe they used a pair of apples. Who knows?
Sounds like a marketing issue, right?
I can't hear you. That's dead noisy outside.
What?
What?
Couldn't hear me?
What did you say?
It sounds like a marketing issue, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. The moment's gone. I've lost the trail. There was tons of bikes and planes going past the window at the same time. It's too hot in here. I had to open the window.
Gotcha.
Can't hear a word. We'll chop this bit out.
Too hot. This is, I'm sorry, Rob. Well, you don't have AC. No, I understand. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and kick this off. We got fun stuff ahead. Rare Evo is coming up, and that is August 15th?
Yeah, 15th to the 17th of August.
We will be there. We will have a booth. So please, if you're able to make it out to Vegas, come see us. That'd be awesome. And we've also invited quite a few other people that we saw at Consensus or just through conversation in Telegram or whatever. You said Rob, Digital Asset News.
Yeah, I didn't get to meet him at Consensus, so it'll be good to actually catch up with him.
Yeah, I did as well, or face to face for the first time. And then Crypto Crow, he said he might come to Rare Evo.
Crow's been promising to come to one of our events for over a year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but I think he's actually speaking at Rare Evo as well, so that's good.
So I'm seeing a lot of potential here for us to do some fun competitions with racing. We could have an influencer battle, Crow versus whoever else.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Digital Asset News versus Crow versus Altcoin Daily. I don't know. Who
We're gonna have,
knows?
we're gonna have to get a big chair.
A big chair for Altcoin Daily?
No,
Or
for
a big,
Crow. Allcoin Daily.
Just tall-
I mean, they're twins, aren't they? So we're gonna have to.
Maybe we should get a really small chair for Crow because it would just look a little more funny.
That would be funny.
Okay, so then, Rare Evo. That's going to be a fun event. I love, we've mentioned this before, but the fact that they merged CNFTCon and Rare Evo was a huge win for all of us. It was just too hard to try to make two different events that are like 1 to 2 months apart. It doesn't make financial sense, but yet at the same time, you shouldn't miss them, ideally, because it's such a home community and a special thing for both of them. So when they consolidated those, that was huge. That's what enabled us to do a booth this year. Because before we weren't planning on it.
I know IOG is now sponsoring the event, so they're going to bring some people down. So I mean, if you want to come to an event, I think this one will be a big one. But I'm
actually going to fly out my Black Hawk helicopter.
Yeah, Charles is trying to get.
I'm thinking about bringing mine.
Charles is trying to get his through.
Yeah, I know.
I want a secret mission. See if we can try and get on there. And
all right,
I do a podcast with him.
Secret. Maybe we can figure out. I bet the price to get Cornucopias branded on that Black Hawk for the event would be a little pricey. But maybe we should.
They want people to sponsor it.
Huh?
Yeah. Maybe we can get Catalyst funding. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
All right. Next up is the ISPO. So you mentioned 100 blocks have been produced, or right around there?
Yeah, we've just done over 100 blocks, which is great.
So for our ISPO, which is Copi it's going well, going strong. A reminder that you can earn basically Copi by staking your ADA and foregoing the ADA that you would receive. You're getting Copi for that ADA based upon the exchange amount there, plus a 15% bonus on top of that. So if you haven't gone and staked to our ISPO, please give us that support. It's going well and producing blocks and contributing to the decentralization and security of Cardano network. So very solid thing that we get to do there. All right, what else? Moving on to the land grab.
Mm-hmm.
We had several meetings about that already this morning, talking through it. There are so many details that we have to come through on.
The land grab will be a biggie.
And this is not even an exhaustive list because I meant to go to those Jira links from Zach and review this a little more thoroughly, but we've been in back-to-back meetings, and so we haven't had the chance to do that. But, we've got to get the ability to import the images into a 2D map or a 2D, 3D map for people to select from within the browser, within our website. And that's being built.
Yeah. So the images you're talking about is that from actually in game. So from in the Unreal Engine 5 game, we're going to take static images from all three of the solaces.
Yep.
And then.
Yep. And try to make it as easy as possible for you guys to select the property that you want and all of that good stuff. We've got to be laying all of those plots. So that's 8,000 plots that we have to lay by hand. These are not procedurally or algorithmically laid. We have to go and try to decide what makes sense where.
So they have been doing that over the last few months, but now they not only can they place them, but they're very confident that they can save them and restore them and all that good stuff for the land plots and APIs. So we're now ready to actually do that big endeavor.
Yep.
I think we're going to have 3 people on it. 1 per solace 1, 2, and 3. They're all going to place down. So there's 8,000 against the 3. They're going to place them all down. Then they're going to hand them over to David, who's going to go through. I don't think it's just a case of placing it down. I think they might have to move some of the land and here, there, and
Well,
everywhere.
it's not just a case; it's placing it down, but then it's also, yeah, you're right. There's some preparation of the plot area, and then even after that's been done, once it's been laid, David's going to do a review of
Yep,
all of
review.
these,
And we're going to
and then
review
after that, it's going to go off to QA
QA. Yeah.
to do a double check. So that's a lot just in getting the land plots laid. And then we've got the need to be able to select the plots that you're interested in.
Yeah.
Within the browser, and then we haven't even gotten to how are the guilds going to be able to deal with all of this. So there's guild tools that we're going to need to have, and so
It's not just for guilds.
Not even close to exhaustive.
It's not just for guilds. It's friends and family as well.
Right. But that's not even close to exhaustive list of what all needs to be done to execute on this land grab.
We'll get it done.
Huh?
They'll get it done though.
Yeah. It's a lot. We have a lot of people working on a variety of stuff, and it's actually we are on a good track. So it sounds like on Jeff's end with a lot of the tech and Michael working on the map system, they're on track, which is great. But the dates we haven't decided an exact final date yet, but we are shooting to get you guys into the land, into Solace early August or on the earlier half of August if we can. That's what we're shooting for. That is not a guarantee. There's a lot that has to come into that. But then what we wanted to do was give you guys an entire month to run around and determine which properties you like and what you want to get. And so you've got a month to research. And then after that is the actual land grab. And then by then, we determined this morning that Esperanza would have been in about 1 full month of production on Esperanza as well. So it does look like we would be able to get the Esperanza land grab done this year as well. Yeah. And maybe even get into part of Fortune, but probably the Fortune land grab would be in 2025.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it might be ambitious to get Fortune in as well. I mean, if I'm honest, I'd be happy if we had at least one of the Fortunes built, because that means we've done a majority of the artwork and we've started on it. But we might get all three done. If everything runs well, we should get them all out this year. But it's game development and
that's a lot. That's a lot of explorable.
Yeah, I mean, with the release of Solace, bear in mind we are going to Vegas mid-August. We really want Solace to be ready for that. So yeah, that timing is.
And
is
all
crucial.
of this implies a world travel loop as well.
Yeah,
that's being worked on and solidified, which is, I mean, well, first of all, it's really hard to think that like 6 months of this year has already passed, and we're already in we're so close. 11 days from the second half of this year.
Yeah, we're in Q3 in 11 days. Well, from this filming on a Wednesday.
That's hard to believe. It's really hard to believe. It's gone in a flash, but what's also hard to comprehend is that it's very likely, if all things go well according to our plans right now, that in the first quarter of 2025. That we have something that's marketable to mainstream gamers. And that, I think, is enormous. So very, very excited about all of that.
Because we're not just this year. The second half of this year is not just about getting the land out, getting those other land built. It's about also introducing gameplay as well. So we're working on the crafting system. We're working on some of the other the animals. We're working on all that as well. We don't just want to at the end of the year just have these really great looking lands.
Yeah, you can explore and do nothing. Right. Yeah, 100%. So that to have that amount of explorable land and curated and looking as beautiful as it is, the level of quality that we launch with, That's significant accomplishment on the art team side. And really, it's going to be programming typically goes faster. So we should be able to really start adding content and things to do in the game relatively quickly. The crafting system being the first one up, like you said, which is important to say. I wish we would have asked David about that more in today's meeting. But yeah, I think that's going to be happening in parallel while the art team is working on Esperanza. They're also working on.
He said that crafting is for version 1 is going to take at least 3 months to develop. So they will be starting that.
There's some significant complexity to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we have early parts of that already. We've got the inventory system.
Yeah,
so we've got all the parts started, but at some point it's all going to have to come back together.
Yeah, correct. A lot of fun.
I can't wait to play our game at Christmas.
I can't either. It's good stuff. Wow, it's hard to believe, man. We've been doing this since 2021, May of 2021. And we might have a game likely marketable to mainstream gamers by 2025.
Yeah, the
3.5 years.
July the 1st is obviously a milestone for 2 reasons, because we formed Cornucopias on July the 1st, 2021. So that's our 3-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And also that's when the nodes phase 1 goes live.
Nodes. That brings us to our next topic. So thank you for the transition.
Don't throw this thing together.
Nodes. Where we're going, we don't need nodes. No, we do. We do. Sorry, it just made me think of that line from Back to the Future. Oh, shoot. I gave it away. Could have had somebody guess what that is. So nodes. We do need nodes, and it's going to help with user onboarding and just a greater decentralization of Cornucopias infrastructure. We've said it time and time again, so I don't want to keep repeating myself, but the sale ends or pauses temporarily so that we can deliver people their NFTs. You guys get to receive your NFTs on July 1st, and then you start claiming rewards, I think, a month later, as long as you registered your node and you qualified with the criteria, which we'll put all of those details up for you. But yeah, we're running out of time. 11 days left.
Yeah, and when this episode goes live, maybe 9 days left. We'll be into the final week, and then that'll be it.
Right.
That's that. Yeah, that's gonna be exciting. Start of Q3, nodes going live. Q3 is going to be so many deliverables that are coming out, and I've updated.
Yeah, and then second, by right around when the nodes go live is also the second avatar creator build.
The next
that
build
adds quite a few new features that we've mentioned before already, but like beards, glasses, things like that. Beards and glasses? Is that
beards, glasses, and maybe hats?
Maybe hats. Yeah, I'm not certain, but I know that Jim has been working around the clock to try to get all of those in, which is very exciting as well.
We're going to try and get him on next.
Like mine. Huh?
We're going to try and get him on next week. I think we're penciling in the first week of July for that build.
Yes.
It may slip to the following week, but we're planning on that. The start of Q3, bang out the doors with that deliverable.
Yeah.
So that will have. Actually, I mean, that's basically the consensus build, which has track updates to it. So hopefully the going round and getting an extra lap that's fixed. Some improvements in there, some improvements to other parts of the game that we built up for consensus, plus the new avatar stuff. So it's a good release. It's a good release. There's a lot. Jim will explain the updates that have gone into the avatar, but obviously we're all excited about the build that comes afterwards, which is Solace. So all that's carrying on at the same time. But it's got leaderboards as well. So it's a really important release actually, because we can start doing competitions.
Yeah. And also the infrastructure So it's
Mhm.
got the
Yeah.
infrastructure part that Jeff's been working on so that we can scale the game.
Yeah, it's connected to a database as well, which has not been done before. That's how we'll be able to achieve the leaderboards.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of underneath the hood kind of updates that's happened, which is why it's taken a little bit longer than we'd anticipated. Plus, we also had to go pause a little while we had to get the consensus build out. That I mean, there are interruptions, but the kind of needed. But yeah, that will be a really good release.
Yes. It will be a good release. I'm excited about it. So that's early July, along with the nodes, along with everything else that's in the works. We have a really busy plate and a full plate, but I don't know. You said it the other day in one of our spaces how exciting of a year we have. It's
Mhm.
really pretty true because so much of the foundational work is getting wrapped up and ready to go into fruition. So, for example, the infrastructure part that Jeff's been working on for the server scaling
Mhm.
and the team that's working on that, it's not just Jeff, but he's been overseeing it. It now has the ability to do automated builds, which saves some time and makes us more efficient
Yeah.
because we don't have a developer that's focused for 6 hours on getting a build put into the system. Now that happens automatically. You set it, and then it's working behind the scenes, so that he can keep working. So that saves hours in that regard. But then it also, it's so essential that we have the ability to serve the game if it's as good as we think it is, and it is. When we launch and we put the right marketing and the right messaging around it, if we get thousands, if not tens of thousands of people coming to play the game, we can't have everything breaking. And so this
Yeah.
auto scaling and manual scaling has been implemented, and it goes into testing with this next build as well. So that's a
Yeah.
huge deal. We might want to have Jeff on to talk about that at some point.
Mhm. Yeah. We're getting. I mean, we're getting closer and closer, obviously, to all that functionality, and that brings us into Q4 when Q4 will have some other good stuff as well. That'll we'll have land rewards. So we're about to release a deck, aren't we? That's what we're talking about. Land rewards will start in Q4,
Yep.
and then next year maybe we'll drop the pre, and we'll go into alpha.
You got. I'm glad you brought up the rewards because that deck should be going live with this Copi Cafe episode. If
Yeah.
it's not, then we ran into some sort of crazy last second issue or objection from one team member about something that created a new topic. It is amazing how much something can get delayed when you have multiple people passionate about it, trying to get
Yeah,
it.
you have more than one person, then doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily always get done.
It's like you could have published this months ago
Oh yeah.
if it was just you. But then you shared it with me. Then we started talking about it, going back and forth. And then, yeah, it's just
Yeah,
one of those
we've
things.
we've had this land. The ideas behind this land deck that we're about to reveal. We've had that plan for over 2 years. We've been sat on our hands. We say that we leak stuff. Some really important. Well, it's all important, but some stuff we just sit on
Yeah.
because we have to. Because we think if we announce this now, who knows? In 2 years from now, things might be different.
Yeah.
But this is actually quite close. So it's good to see that. In fact, the majority of the stuff that we have back in our original white paper, I'd say, I'm going to say 85 because you obviously have things that change. Probably 85% of it is going exactly as we have planned,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's really good if that's accurate.
Yeah. Well,
Primarily because game development is so incredibly complicated.
yeah, and 87.2%, I think, of percentages are made up on the spot. Do you know that?
Yeah. Well, next up, we have our special guest.
Indeed.
So, well, okay, quick reminder. If you haven't got a node yet, still available. go to the website, cornucopias.io, click on the main banner. You can actually use the rewards calculator on there. If you haven't seen that, it's a very effective tool to help you kind of estimate in general what kind of rewards you would receive from your node. The rewards start accumulating on July 1st, and you receive your NFT on July 1st. Claimable rewards will be a month after that. So very exciting stuff.
We sold over 150 nodes in the last week. So they're going pretty fast.
It's going well. So grab them while you can, and thanks for your support with that.
Definitely.
Next up is our special guest, Jillian. So let's get her on the stage. Hey, welcome, Jillian. It's glad to have you on Copi Cafe.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's good. You've been with us for about a month at this point.
Yeah, started in May.
Yeah, starting off strong
Thank you.
from what I've seen. So are you liking it so far?
Oh, yeah. I love it. I love it. Everyone here has been so nice and welcoming. And I love doing creatures. That's my focus right now. And I love animals. So what I've been working on is just so cool.
Yes, it is. And I've seen it. We've got some leaks coming up for you guys watching today. So tell us a little bit about your background. How did you get into this, and what led you to creature creation and Unreal Engine 5 and gaming, all that good stuff?
Well, I can say I've always been a creature artist. I've been drawing animals since I was a kid. I love gaming. I play a lot of Ark Survival Evolved. I don't know if you've heard of that game.
Yeah.
And I went to school for 3D animation, and my first job or studio job was at a game studio called Lost Boys Interactive. And I did characters there. It was mostly like humanoids and creature humans for the most part. And I did some VR stuff in between projects, and now I'm here.
Very cool.
Very nice. And do we keep you hydrated? What are you usually drinking?
Thank you, Rob.
Oh, I think this is the opposite of hydration, but I'm drinking coffee right now.
What does it say?
Oh, it says
home is where the good coffee is.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Kind of cheesy, but it's my favorite mug.
And
It's the
home
biggest
is
one.
America for you. So you are a creature, an
Character and creatures artist.
character
Yes.
and creature artist. So you've only been with us obviously for a short month. What have you been up to so far?
Well, I started off on a white-tailed deer, and that's been a fun adventure because I haven't had a lot of experience with hair cards, so I've been learning how to do fur and stuff like that. But I can show you in a minute.
Yeah.
And at the current moment, I'm working on a coyote, and the coyote will be a base for a lot of other creatures like wolves and foxes and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
There's
So
some
what
nice-
kind of
two nice
animals
weeks.
will we see in Solace, and then what would we see in Esperanza?
Well, for Solace, you're going to look at mostly Colorado, Wyoming, and Pacific Northwest animals. So you're going to get deer, black bears, brown bears, foxes, wolves, elk, all sorts of stuff.
Wow. The place is going to be alive there, and they're all running wild, are they?
Yes, they are.
Moose?
Nice.
Oh, moose, yeah, could be, and mountain lions.
Oh, okay.
And that's
That's gonna be a fun
Esperanza.
one.
What about Esperanza?
Esperanza will be more desert animals, so we're looking at more Arizona, Southern California, New Mexico.
Rattlesnakes?
So, rattlesnakes for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely. You'll still get like your coyotes and stuff like that, but hopefully we're gonna have javelinas. Do you know javelinas?
Javelina,
I don't know.
That's like a hog or a
Yeah, it's like a little pig,
Yeah,
little
okay.
desert pig.
Yeah, desert pig. All right.
Like the Lion King. Pumba.
Yeah,
We have a Pumba.
the American Lion King.
Okay, very, very
We're gonna have
cool.
spiders.
Maybe.
Tarantula.
Maybe. People have
Tarantulas.
definitely been talking about spiders.
Oh,
Tarantulas,
yeah. When you go in those
scorpions.
caves, bats and spiders, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have just all sorts of animals all over the map.
I love it. Well, the pace you're going, yes, I think we will, and I think that's going to be great. so long as we can get all the animations and programming done for the animals to move around, which kind of leads me to the next question. How will the animals behave in Solace? Will we see males, females, babies, etc.?
Yeah. So you will have males and females. So for the deer, for example, the males will have antlers, the females will be a little smaller and not have antlers, and then the babies will have a different material to them, so they'll have spots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you will see a lot of male, female animals and babies.
Very cool. And
And
how will they
will
behave?
act like real animals. So a bear, if you run across a bear in the wild, it's not going to automatically attack you unless it's rabid. I'm not sure. But it'll mostly ignore you unless you bother it. And of course, something like a deer or a coyote will just run away from you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Triggered my dog. I mean, if he was in the game, he'd be running after them. So are they just wandering around, or can we, can we interact with them? Can we maybe attack them, eat them? What can we do with them?
I believe you will be able to eventually. Yes. Yeah. Ooh. I think in the beginning.
Let me ditch my dog.
Speaking of animals,
they'll do that.
Was that Buddy? Might have been Buddy. Sorry. Buddy has left the building. Okay.
Oh. But yeah. There should be a hunting element.
Dog. Sorry, Rob.
It's fine. Shall we see some of these?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, hold on. I'm just curious, real quick.
Okay.
When it comes to like a grizzly bear, if I do agitate it, can I fist fight a grizzly bear? Pull out a weapon? What's the
fist fight? Yeah. Will you survive? Probably not.
Wow.
You could definitely fight the animals in Solace if you can catch them, or if they catch you, either or.
Okay. Will they be coming into your land plots, or maybe that's what the influence? I'm
not sure.
About.
That will be a David question.
Interesting. Good question. Okay, you're about to show us something. I don't want to distract from that.
All right. Can you see?
Yeah, coyote.
So this is
the coyote.
Yeah. So this without the textures. This is how you build them.
Yeah, so I'm in the high poly phase right now. So I'm doing this in ZBrush, and this is how the coyote is looking so far without fur.
It looks like something out of Resident Evil. It's pretty scary already.
I mean, yeah, you can see it's pretty detailed. You got the muscular structure, the rib cage showing through.
Yes, yeah.
So you had to study then a skeleton of a coyote and the muscular structure as well, I'm guessing?
Yes, yeah. A lot of reference went into the animals for sure, just to see what kind of muscles are under the fur.
So this is without fur. Yeah, so you're going to put the fur on top. Right.
Yes, yeah. There will be fluff to this guy once he's all textured up.
I can't imagine that's friendly.
Say that one more time?
I said I can't imagine that's going to be a very friendly creature.
Well,
I don't know. Yeah, you never know.
If it's a pack of coyotes and you're bleeding and injured, I think they might attack a human. Who knows?
Realistically, maybe.
They don't. I know they steal people's pets.
Yes. Yeah. I've had a close encounter with a coyote once. Went after my dog. Oof. But then it saw a person and it freaked out and it jumped over the fence.
What if you had your back to it and maybe you had, say, a fishing rod in your hand and then a whole pack? You turn around and you'd be like, what the?
If they're hungry enough,
yeah,
they might eat you.
Ain't going to have many fish left.
I've actually heard a pack of like 20 of them. And this was in the city of Frisco. At a large golf course. We were on this little par 3 golf course, and there was a pack of them, and they yelp. It's a high-pitched kind of yelping sound. I'm not going to demo that, but it's pretty wild hearing a pack of them together. There were so many of them, and I think they were just chasing down little bunny rabbits.
Ooh.
Speaking of bunny rabbits, will we have bunny rabbits?
We will have bunny rabbits, yes.
Oh,
or maybe
all right.
jackrabbits. I'm not 100% sure, but
Okay.
we
So
will have rabbits in the game.
did you create all this the coyote yourself?
Yes, yeah. Started
Wow.
out with proxy, basically just box modeling, and then took it over to ZBrush and sculpted it out.
Right. And you said you've worked on a deer as well. So in a month, you've worked on multiple creatures already.
Yes, yes.
We are going to have
And
some
the
other
cool thing
creatures.
about that is once the structure is in place, you can do a lot from that, so it becomes more efficient as you go, right? So it's easier to do a male and a female.
Yes.
It's easier to do a baby. It's easier
Hmm.
to branch off to animals of a similar body structure.
Yes, it'll cut the work time in half, or even less than that, because I think for a lot of the males and females and babies, we'll just have a bone structure that will change the size of, and that'll
Mhm.
change the size of the model.
That's great. Well, what
All right.
about, do you want to take us through a few more images
Mm.
actually
Yeah,
before I go to the.
absolutely. I think the next one is the deer.
Whoa. That's a good looking buck.
Yeah.
Thank you. So
Does
this is
it?
what the animals will look like when they're all textured and have fur on them.
That's amazing.
Do these come with
Really
red
well
noses?
done.
Say that one more time?
Do they come with red noses
They
for
could.
Christmas?
We could have a Christmas deer,
I'll be a
a
mythic one.
Rudolph that you have to find and eat.
I love it. Really well done.
I wonder what the plans
Thank you.
for. I wonder what the plans for these are. Because these obviously can be used as some form of a mount, can they? Not just wild deer.
I
I'm
don't
No.
think
not
a
sure.
mount, too small for a mount probably, but food, hides.
Oh, you could stack 8 of them up and they could pull you. I don't know. I don't know how crazy
That
it
would
could
be
get.
cool.
Oh, okay. You're right. No,
Yeah.
that could technically be done. A reindeer sled.
Yeah. Yeah, because this would you'd be able to create a reindeer from a deer, wouldn't you? It looks very similar.
You could. You definitely could. They would
Yeah.
have like different antlers, like the caribou antlers.
But the movements would be very similar, would they? From like a
Yes.
yeah.
So these
You
are
could
placed
probably use the
into
same rig.
Solus. Is this Solus 1, 2, 3?
Oh yeah,
This
there's a
is
couple
Solace
on there.
2, I believe.
Very nice.
I'm not 100% sure,
Looks
but I think
beautiful.
it's Solace 2.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
What size would they be to in relation with the characters? Then would they be a similar height?
About eye level, yeah.
Hmm.
So not big enough to ride, not as big as a horse, but big enough to look you in the eye. And
But visually, as you're running around, maybe a pack of 10, 20 of those, that you get some really cool shots.
Oh,
like
Yeah.
this.
Like that one.
yeah.
Wow,
That's gorgeous.
I mean, this instantly brings Solace alive, doesn't it? I can see more now, than I could see before.
It's amazing. I
Smashing
think
little
you had a good
rabbits.
idea there, Rob. If they could come on the properties, like deer do that
Right.
consistently, especially ones that are more accustomed to city life and people, and they don't spook as easy when they're used to that, which might enable somebody to walk up a little closer and feed them some corn. Who knows?
Ooh,
Well,
that'd be a
that's
nice
not
mission.
a leak.
Yeah.
But
Do
yeah,
they eat
that's
corn?
pretty cool.
I suppose they do. I suppose they eat anything.
Huh?
I think they'll eat anything.
Wow.
Anything they can. Your garden, maybe?
I mean,
They could
I
be
have
like a nuisance.
a few blocks away from me. We have neighbors that put out corn for the deer, and so every time we go jogging, we'll see quite a few deer. It's pretty cool.
All we get around here is squirrels. Will we have squirrels?
Oh, no
We
answer.
will. We will. We
Oh.
will.
Oh.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's great. Squirrels
We'll
and
have
chipmunks.
everything.
Then can't leave the chipmunks out.
As
Those are-
much as we can.
Red
Yeah.
squirrels, grey squirrels, just
Well,
different
what
texture.
about the question that I've been incredibly excited to ask? When quantum monsters?
When quantum monsters? I am not 100% sure when. That again is a David question. But we will have quantum monsters that come through these rifts. The rifts are created by quantum technology, and they'll basically be animals in different realities that come through, get tainted. So they'll basically be like quantum zombie variants of animals coming through to attack you or befriend you. We don't know.
What the? Can you hear that, Josh? Half the community just fell over.
That's good stuff.
Just
So
casually dropped.
I agree, Rob. That's incredibly exciting. What was the roar? There was a roar in a mining video that we had published. I don't know if you've seen that, Jillian, but do you know what that was?
Well, I can say it is a creature from another dimension. It could be an ore-eating giant digging creature. I won't say exactly because it's still in the works, but
So it steals your loot.
it could.
And it's in the works.
It's in the works. Yep.
Very nice.
It's on the drawing
nice.
board right now. It'll be later, but it is a creature that can travel through dimensions.
So what all are we going to see with different animals? What animals have potential to be quantum or have a twisted quantum version?
I think anything. Absolutely anything can be a quantum version of itself. Like you could have a quantum duck. It's just a zombified duck that's coming after you.
So it makes them, the quantum element makes them automatically aggressive?
We're thinking so, but it could change them in other ways. Like they could end up being helpful. Never know.
When Psyduck?
Psyduck? I do have a picture of a quantum bear. It's a concept.
Is that our? I mean, this must be all our leak.
This is all of these images are the leak, yes, but this is the grand finale, I believe.
Oh,
The grand leak.
Go on then.
Yep.
Yeah, the leakiest of leaks. Whoa. Okay.
So this is concept. You said this.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is sick.
What?
I love it. So work in progress, but looks pretty amazing.
It's pretty
Yes,
tall
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking for kind of the zombified animals that have gone through the rift.
Pretty sure I don't want to fist fight that guy.
Yeah. That's
You
going to take
could.
more than one person to fight, and you probably have to have some pretty advanced fighting techniques, maybe tools, or pretty fast at running away.
Wow. So is it quantum animal always lit up like that, or does that activate based upon a threat, or is that just kind of a permanent, they're just glowing?
That is a good question. I'm sure there will be a glowing element. Some sort of reaction occurred in the rift, so you'll probably have glowing parts here and there. I'm not sure if it's always glowing, but I do like the concept of just kind of glowing eyes.
It's pretty amazing. I love it. Well, great work on that.
Yeah, you've just come on. It was a nice talk about deers and squirrels, and now you've just smashed open the whole idea.
Everything was friendly until the end.
Well, David
Yeah.
did the bear. David did the bear. I can't take credit for that, but thank you.
Well, it's quite amazing. You've clearly done a lot of impressive work in a short amount of time. So,
Thank you.
cool news about that is it gets more efficient as you go. So, very cool. Are you getting accustomed to the workflows and everything? You feeling pretty ingrained at this point and just
Yeah.
hit the ground running?
Yeah, working on the pipeline right now, figuring out what the best way is to make an animal. So in the future, it'll be a lot easier to just make one from the ground up.
I love it. Well, Jillian, thank you so much for joining us, for joining Cornucopias, and for the work you've done so far, and for coming on to Copi Cafe. Really
Thank you
appreciate
both.
having you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And,
we'll have you on
well,
again
that's
in the
it.
future when we have proper when you've made these. We'll let you leak it when you've created them for real.
Perfect. Awesome. I can't wait.
All righty. Well, that's it for this week, folks. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't care what you say. Don't care what you say.